Hey, what is going on, crypto people? Happy Tuesday. Yeah, I think it's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to each and every one of you. So listen, big news coming from Flare Networks. Big news. LayerCake's put on the shelf. It's been shelved. LayerCake has been shelved. Interesting. We're going to go over some of Hugo's thoughts and, a little bit, I guess, of how they came to a decision to shelve LayerCake. I know that, months past, prior months, the idea was to ship everything. To ship everything. The promise of LayerCake, the promise of the FTSO, um, the decentralization, scalability, and security ethos. Um, I'm not sure if we're shipping everything now. And I'm not sure how people are going to feel about this. We're going to go over it. Um, I'm going to give you my thoughts on the end and whether I think this was a smart decision or not. As a CEO, you got to take it on you take the brunt of the stuff, but you got to get to a place where you can make your own decisions and kind of live and die by them. So we're going to get into it. So interesting stuff nonetheless. I'm going to be doing a live stream later today as well. Maybe I'll cover a little bit of this as well, but I wanted to get out here and get this video out because I do think this is significant, and I do sense that there are going to be people that are disappointed, few or a lot, I don't know, but I do think that there are going to be people who are going to be disappointed with this decision. So we'll get into it, we'll cover it, and let me know in the comments below, especially if you're a Flare ecosystem fan of that ecosystem. Let me know what you think about this recent decision. So Hugo says, what about LayerCake? Says Flare is the blockchain for data. We are building a full stack solution for developers to build intensely feature rich applications. This includes an enshrined Oracle for fast decentralized prices, FTSO, an enshrined Oracle for data proofs from other blockchains and Web 2, and access to verifiable off-chain compute. Off-chain compute will allow applications to take processing off-chain for certain tasks in a verifiably secure manner. This gives an application far more latitude in what can be built, and hence the utility that can be offered to the user. Our industry often asks, where are the applications that lead to adoption of blockchain beyond niche financial use cases? Access to massive amounts of data and compute, including AI, that is fast, secure, and inexpensive, is, in our estimation, the critical path to answering this question. Fundamentally, this is Flare's mission. Flare has been focused on bridging as a first step to that, i.e., if you could have a platform that enables the secure usage of the majority of the value in the space, then you have a better chance of amassing value on that platform that leads to richer and more useful applications. To that end, we have put out two bridging ideas. F-Assets, a collateral secured bridge for non-smart contract platforms, and LayerCake, a bridging mechanism for smart contract networks like dBridge and Wormhole and Hit BTC, whatever, right? Cross-chain CCIP from Chainlink. In the non-smart contract bridging realm, solutions are still insufficiently secure to be considered solved, and hence the F-Asset protocol is going into production. Just remember that phrase there. Solutions are still insufficiently secure. So in the non-smart contract bridging realm, the Bitcoins and the XRP and the Doges of the world, solutions are still insufficiently secure to be considered solved. and hence the F-asset protocol is going into production. F-assets provide the first truly trustless bridging solution for non-smart contract tokens, such as Bitcoin, XRP, Doge, and others. And when you use F-assets, your bridging event is and remains secured through over-collateralization. Bridging in the smart contract realm, like the CCIP and the D-Bridge and the wormholes of the world, the Stargates of the world, Stargate finances of the world. Bridging in the smart contract realm has been furiously competitive and massively funded. Several solutions have emerged that combine substantial ecosystem uptake with meaningful security. The most advanced of these in terms of market penetration and security is Stargate, which is built on top of Layer Zero's V2. Stargate V2, which is built on top of Layer Zero V2. You remember we did a live stream and I applauded Hugo on his brass comments, if you will, as a CEO, that they had better solutions with LayerCake than Stargate and Layer Zero. So to understand the difference between the two, Layer Zero V2 is a messaging protocol, and Stargate V2 is an app built on Layer Zero that enables token bridging. It's important to understand here that Layer Zero V2 is a messaging standard and does not provide security by default. Crucially, the move from Layer Zero V1 to V2 allow for any app built on Layer Zero V2 to arrange security as they see fit through the use of a decentralized verifier network, DVN, a decentralized verifier network. And this is what Hugo from Flare Network say that they looked and hoped to become on Layer Zero, one of these DVNs, decentralized verifier network. Stargate V2 takes advantage of this by using a well-structured DVN to secure their bridging application in which Stargate DAO participates. As of now, Flare has a partnership with both Layer Zero and Stargate. Layer Zero has integrated its messaging endpoints on Flare, and Stargate is using those for its Hydra Bridge service to bring tokens such as USDT, USDC, and ETH to Flare. So what's coming up? Flare is working through deploying F-assets where initially both Bitcoin and XRP will be available on Flare for use in Flare's DeFi ecosystem. By itself, the ability to use these tokens trustlessly on an advanced EVM-based platform with enshrined data is huge. But with Layer Zero integration, we may be able to go much further. Layer Zero's widespread adoption makes two things highly feasible. First, the delivery of Flare's data to other chains for a fee. And secondly, the bridging of assets to other chains, either through Stargate, if they wish to support it, or through a custom-built bridge utilizing Layer Zero's messaging protocol. Ideally, both the delivery of data and the bridging of assets would, at minimum, use Flare itself as a DVN, decentralized verifier network, to provide security to this functionality. Pursuing an alternative bridging protocol for smart contract networks such as LayerCake would put Flare way behind in the bridging competition against very strong and established competitors. But most importantly, it would distract from Flare's mission to build a platform that gives developers access to massive amounts of data and verified compute, including AI, that is fast, secure, and it's inexpensive. Someone asked about, well, okay, that's awesome. So, but you're still doing LayerCake, right? So Tina said, absolutely. But insured bridging slant LayerCake is a very attractive protocol for the Flare network. Surely it's still being developed, says Tina. Hugo said, no, relative to the massive opportunity in data, given the saturation of projects in the bridging spaces for smart contract networks with very clear winners, Stargate being one of the biggest, this isn't a valuable use of Flare team's time. So they have shelved it. They've shelved LayerCake. And the reasons are, it's not competition. It's a market with a lot of people trying to solve the bridging issue. And what Hugo and the team has decided that it looks like between Stargate and Layer Zero, it looks like Stargate, which he mentioned, what Hugo Filion mentioned in an interview, but he did say there were some shortcomings, was going to be like the clear winner. Currently, the clear winner, Stargate V2. So this is how I see it. I see this as Hugo and the team has made a decision. Look, there's only so many things that we can do and focus our energy on and win in that lane, to win in that space. They see the F assets for non-smart contracts, right? They see that as what we call a blue ocean, right? It's clear, it's beautiful. They would be the only people over there doing something like that, right? Providing smart contract capability to non-smart contract ecosystems like Bitcoin and XRP and Doge, for example, just to name a few. Whereas in the bridging for smart contract capabilities, there are a lot of bridges, true. Some of those bridges are just not great, certainly not secure, and is, what, 2-3 billion in losses by way of these bridging, right? So that's one thing I see. They're taking a kind of a blue ocean approach, and they're gonna just go in, right? And they're gonna niche down and go to the thing that, right, where they can swim freely without competition with their, next level idea, and make that happen. The other thing that I think also is, interestingly enough, is I think there's some time, energy, and resources being allocated to the AI play. And maybe they want to go more in on that and take, and they don't have the resources to do it. So they're going to have to they had to make a choice, right? They have to make a choice. Now, when he mentions well-funded, when he throws that in the TLDR, if you will, he throws well-funded bridging options out there. It just makes me think that they got a limited amount of resources, time and energy, and they're going to focus in on the things where they can, kind of operate in a blue ocean environment. And I think for them, AI and blockchain is one, and non-smart contract area is the other, with the FTSO. So right now, I'm going to say I think it's a smart move to do it. People want to they want to go around and say that they're doing something that no one else is doing. But there is a thing about kind of stretching yourself out there, right, with some stuff. And LayerCake would be something that it's bridging. Everyone's trying to solve for bridging, and LayerCake would have been a different way of solving for it. But it is still out there with a bunch of other things, like Wormhole, like dBridge, like Stargate. So I get that, because that's right. That's a bunch of sharks there. That's not a blue ocean. It's a bunch of things in there. So why spread yourself thin if you can take those resources, focus on AI, and I think they're going to do that, and also do what they're doing with the non-smart contract things. So they got layer 0 for all these different integrations, and they'll have access, but they're trying to build something where devs can come there and build and be able to build in a nice way. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. But right now, I think those are my thoughts on the reason for what they're doing. And right now, I got to give them the benefit of the doubt that playing in the blue ocean is probably best use of their time. Probably best use of their time, and I don't know if it's first, but it's pretty first. And I know that technology for, bringing smart contract capability to non-smart contract ecosystems like Bitcoin and XRP, that's a big space there. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes, for sure. There is something to be said, though, about keeping the ecosystem in harmony, right? And I don't know how much of a concern they have for retail, but you want to keep it in harmony, for sure. So I know I read some of the comments in the post. People are disappointed. Even Dan Rocky, who's been a big proponent of Flare, expressed his disappointment. So did Tina. So I reached out to a couple of people. I want to see what they think about this as well. But this is one of these things that, Flare Labs was going to be building out LayerCake. So it's not really a governance community thing to be involved in. So that's kind of what it is. So we'll see. We'll see. Right now, I got to give them the benefit of doubt, and that, this blue ocean thing, playing there where others aren't playing with next level technology, can be a good thing. And I would imagine that, it's shelved, and if they need to break it out, they could probably still break it out in the future, right? So we'll see how that goes. So they're partnered with Stargate, right? They're going to be using Stargate V2. They partnered with Layer 0, and he keeps looking like he's wanting and or asking to be one of these DVNs for Layer 0. So we'll see how that goes. You got to operate from a position of strength, though, Hugo, not from weakness. So hope you're keeping that in mind when you're making these decisions. So there it is, fam. Flare Networks, massive pivot on Layer 0. Just a LayerCake, I should say. Yeah, that's the word on the street, fam. All right, there it is. This wraps up your XRP Ripple Daily News in around 0 to 2 minutes. I hope that it has been of value to you. If it has, do me a favor and hit that like button. And if you've been hanging out watching the Crypto Seeds and you've enjoyed those hangouts, please consider subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to ring that notification bell, baby, so that you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. I'm going to end this one like I do all my videos and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I, we're already winning. And I would ask you to consider this, perhaps ponder the idea or notion of living your life permissionless. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya. Bye.